Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and especially Doug. Doug is an expert storyteller. Almost too good, because I don't think I'll ever buy a cat. But Doug told us a great story today by doing some things really well. And the first thing I'd like to talk about is his language usage. Doug used great adjectives to paint a vivid picture for us about his cat adventures. The thing that sticks out most in my mind is when you talked about your furry black and white Buddha. All I could think about was Garfield. A black and white Garfield lazing about in the sun, letting birds eat his food. So he's painting this picture for us, but he brings it to life with his gestures. He had some really well-placed gestures throughout his speech where he talked about losing the cat, bringing us in on that. He also used his voice to make cat sounds, which I won't try to imitate because those are the best human cat sounds I've ever heard. So Doug takes us on this journey of his 2 cats that he has now gotten for his wife, with his words, with his gestures, but what I think would have brought it just over the top are a couple of things. I would have liked to have heard Doug project a little more. This is a small room, for the most part, but I don't think it was quite as loud kind of in the back. So just bring it out from deep in here and tell us your story, because we want to hear every word that you're saying. All of his words and gestures were very purposeful. We don't want to miss anything, because it really just ties the whole story together. Now the next thing that I would have really liked to have seen from you would have been more purposeful movements. So gestures are important, placing them throughout your speech along with each of the words that you're choosing. But you also want to move with purpose. So you had a little bit of like a little dance going on over here, a little slow dancing. You want to move with transitions. And then stand still, because what's going to happen is when you're bringing out those gestures, it's going to be more exaggerated, more funny, a lot more laughs for a humorous kind of speech. And then again, moving with your transitions. I think that would have made your speech just a little bit more effective. But overall, I think we can all learn from Doug to use our language, use our gestures, use purposeful movements and our voices to project, but most of all, to be wary when we go on our pet adventures. Mr. Toastmaster.